Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. The Department of Labor just released a brand new report called America's Talent Strategy, Building the Workforce for the Golden Age. Now on the surface, this might sound like just another government announcement, but if you take a closer look like I did, this could mean big changes for millions of Americans, especially for anyone relying on programs like SNAP, Medicaid, Social Security, or unemployment. So today, I'm going to walk you through what's in this report, what it means for workers, families, and people on assistance. And trust me, there are some major takeaways you need to know. I sat down and read this report cover to cover. It was long, it was dense, honestly, a little boring. But I pulled out the most important parts for you. And the message is very clear. The government wants more people back in the workforce. Period. Here's a direct quote from the report. More than 21 million Americans, aged 25 to 54, are not participating in the labor force. To reach our next golden age, it is imperative that more Americans enter the labor market. That's a powerful statement. And when you read between the lines, it's clear who they're talking about. Older workers who left the workforce, people on disability or long-term benefits, parents who can't afford childcare, caregivers taking care of loved ones. Basically, anyone who isn't working, they want to bring back in. Now here's where reality sets in. On paper, it sounds simple. Just go back to work. But for many people, it's not that easy. Some are stuck in a cycle. They can't work enough hours to qualify for healthcare, but they need healthcare to even be able to work. Moms often find childcare costs eat up everything they'd earn by working more. Others are caring for aging parents, kids with special needs, or family members with disabilities. So while the government says, work more, families are saying, it just doesn't add up. The report doesn't hide it. It literally says, enhanced work requirements for able-bodied adults without dependents will fuel these efforts to reconnect Americans with the dignity of work. That means stricter rules, fewer benefits, and more pressure to work, even for people who are struggling with health issues or caregiving. And this plan goes further than just requirements. They want to expand job training programs, focus training on industries like AI and manufacturing, push short-term certificates and apprenticeships instead of four-year degrees. They even suggest shifting people who are already employed into new jobs, if that's what the economy needs. So, imagine being trained for one career and then nudged into another because it better fits national needs. Now, before this starts sounding too overwhelming, let's talk about some positives. One thing that stood out was their focus on fixing the benefits cliff. That's when you get a small raise, but suddenly lose way more in benefits. For example, you might get a $2 raise and then lose $400 a month in food stamps. So, if they're serious about smoothing out that cliff, that could be a huge relief for working families. They also want to expand support services like affordable childcare, help with transportation, behavioral health support. If they really deliver on that, it could remove some of the biggest barriers to steady work. There are a few other big changes in this report worth noting. First, businesses will play a bigger role in job training. The idea is that companies will shape training programs around the jobs they need filled. Supposedly, that makes it easier for people to get hired faster. Second, there's a huge emphasis on AI. The report literally says, AI is transforming work faster than the workforce system can adapt. Without greater agility, the U.S. risks falling behind in the race to develop an AI-ready workforce. So expect more training around AI and more AI tools being used in career coaching, job matching, even benefit applications. Third, they want to expand apprenticeships to reach 1 million participants and start career prep early in schools, as early as 5th grade. But here's the flip side. Several current programs could be cut entirely, including Job Corps, the Senior Community Service Employment Program, adult education programs. If a program isn't showing results, they'll pull funding and move it elsewhere. So, what does all this mean for you right now? If you're disabled or unable to work, your best defense is documentation. Apply for SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits if you qualify. Keep medical records showing how your condition affects daily life. If you can't afford a doctor, look for federally qualified health centers. The care may not be great, but something is better than nothing. And remember, if you do have to work, you are legally entitled to reasonable accommodations. That's your right. So that's the breakdown of America's talent strategy. The big question is, will this actually help people or just make life harder? Don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. This helps to get this information to more people. Thanks for watching and stay informed.